Mr. Pearce right there from University of Tennessee. You know what? I've asked this question, and the question I've had is, when is the last time that we've had like a solid premier pass rusher, okay, that hasn't been Chris Jones?
Justin Houston.
Justin Houston. But even then, when I looked at Justin Houston and his numbers, okay, pretty decent. I'm trying to think when, his what did he have for that? Do you know what the years he had? Because I think
like 17 or 18, didn't he?
Was it that year he had 18? He was okay. So he was the last one that we had that was a premier prominent.
Take over the game rusher?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, there wasn't named Chris Jones.
Yeah.
So I think it's time that the Chiefs decide to get a guy in here that could do exactly that. And James Pearce is that guy. When you talk about athletic ability, there's no question about it. We talk about explosiveness. There isn't even a doubt. You're talking about his quickness and explosiveness. You see it on film. You've seen it. You watch it at the combine. He has all the tools to change a game. And so he could come in the NFL right now and be dominant. He could come in right now of his rookie year and get 12 to 15 sacks just because of the speed at which he plays the game. And when you watch him go one-on-one with tackles, he makes it even look silly. It's not even close, the things he's able to do. And so I think, man, because of his frame, he's 6'5", 245. He's a little undersized, but, a guy like that, you just want him rushing the passer. That's all you really want him to do. You got other guys, if you need it for the, from the run game, for him to come in. He can, you get other guys to do that. But for Pearce, if you bring him in, specialized, second or third down package, let him go get a guy, he can get you that, like I said, 12 sacks a year. Absolutely, especially by how much teams pass it. So I think for a guy like him, if he's available, I think the Chiefs got to take him. And so the two guys I have, there's reasons I'm choosing them, is because not just one, because of their ability, but also two, we're thinking about cost effectiveness when guys come up for their contracts, right? And so, we don't know how it's going to lay out with Karlaftis. Hopefully, things do change. Maybe we don't know what it's going to be with him. Now we know the market is going up. And so he's going to be demanding, top money, as he should. And so as we watch Turk leave and get a good contract, Karlaftis has done a good job, and he can warrant getting a good contract. The thing is, are the Chiefs willing to pay them? So what do you do? So I think your contingency plan is get a young guy in here that doesn't cost as much, that can come in and be productive. James Pearce is that guy. And like I said before, when have we had a premier pass rusher with this type of ability? We haven't in a long time since Justin Houston. Other than that, man, James Pearce, I think for us, would be an incredible, incredible pick.
Yeah, to your point, JD, 2014, Justin Houston had 22 sacks.
Okay.
Since then, he has 7.5, 4, 9.5, 9, 9 was his last time with the Chiefs in 2018. So, yeah, you're right. Outside of Chris Jones, we haven't had anybody. So this is 2014. It's his last time we had a premier pass rusher.
Yeah. So we're talking about this 11 years ago. So
over a decade ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if we're talking defense wins game championships, hey man, go get you a go-getter. Go get you a game changer. And so we signed Charles Menahu. We've done Chris Jones is still here with us. FAU is still here. Like I said, we talked about Karlaftis is here, Tillery. So we got a good package of guys that can help us out. We bring this guy here, right here on a rotation, man, it's going to be a problem.
And before you get in here, JD, in one of our earlier shows, you picked Ezeraku as one of your guys.
Yes, sir.
Where do you see him, James Pearce, compared to Ezeraku? Who would you rather have between the two of them?
Between the two, I think my nod might have to go to Ezeraku. Because he can play both. He's better at both. I think he's got a little bit more power to him than Pearce. Ezeraku, man, he looks like a rock. He looks like his name Ezeraku. Ezeraku just sounds powerful. Shoot. So I think, man, he the way he plays, he can bring it. He can be an all down, first, second, third down. You can keep him on the field. Pearce is somebody I think you could keep on the field, but you had to be selective, especially maybe against a run. Because offensively, I would run straight at him if I would do anything. It's almost like Parsons, right? When you negate Parsons, you run right at him. That's what you do. So that's how you eliminate Parsons, a pass rusher.
Teja, your thoughts? I know you've texted me and JD about your concerns because the guy wore a hoodie at the combine. Because you forgot the combine shirt. So I'm curious. I'm curious if that knocks him down for you.
Oh, yeah, I will. Take your fingers up. Go ahead.
I say that, but I've told you I'm totally fine with Pearce in the first round above a lot of guys. He does have, he has character concerns that people have noted, but his college coach said he was nothing but a stand-up athlete and player on his teammate. So you hear certain things and his coach vouches for him. For anyone who doesn't know that story, I'll go ahead and tell so he forgot he ran his 40 in a hoodie, and people were wondering why he ran his 40 in a hoodie, because that's not the best thing to run a 40 in, right? When you have what they usually have, dry fit. And he said he just forgot it. He said he forgot his shirt at the hotel. So not that I want to lower him because of that, but if you have character concerns and you're the guy who forgot his shirt, it's not the best look. It's just not.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna talk about him as a player, but yeah, if you want to comment on that one, we can comment on that one first.
Well, so character concerns to me, it could be a lot of different things that's being said by a lot of different people, and you don't quite know, how truthful these things really are. You just don't know. Like you said, his coach is sitting there standing up for him. Look, character concerns for a guy that's rushing the passer, I have no problem with. As long as you're not throwing your girlfriend over the ledge, anything, putting your hands on people, I have no issues like that. Now, if it's something else that, that obviously that you say, well, maybe he might be caught with the cops or something, yeah, totally different. But sometimes, like I said, these things could just be noise. And you don't quite know where they come from. But if all I'm asking you to do is go get the quarterback, go get the quarterback. A guy comes in, you're like, look, these things that came out on you, what you need to do is keep your nose clean. We're going to be looking after you. We're going to make sure that you ain't messing up. And we're going to keep a thumb on you to make sure that you ain't screwing around. You better know that. So I think you do what you do. You have a talking to, you get a good, firm understanding on where y'all both stand, especially if you're sitting there saying, I'm going to put a lot of money into you, invest a lot of money, then you got to know what it is. You got to know exactly where your line is. You got to create that boundary. You have to.
Okay, so to double down, the quotes are, he was undeniably uncoachable and had one foot out the door his entire time in Tennessee. On top of that, he did not interview well at the combine to quell some of those character concerns with coaches. The story was he has one of the worst character concerns of any player in the draft. It's been taken off the board by probably half teams. They said they think the environment and people around him in Tennessee are the main concerns. They think he could become a pro when he enters an NFL building. That's pretty good. But yeah, they said they wouldn't be shocked if a lot of NFL teams just took him off their board. But yeah.
Like I said before, one, Tennessee wasn't it wasn't the final destination for him. Two, like you said, he's not going to be in Tennessee anymore around the same people.
Yeah.
He's trying to get to the NFL. And so I could speak about this personally. Sometimes you might just, go to head with coaches in college. And I've had that happen. And so, with that, it kind of came out. I had to answer that same question. I had to answer the same question in a sense. And like I said, who's to say, right? Because the scouts they ask everybody. And so what you do is somebody will get that information. Well, one coach is like, yeah, man, well, he's, he's a little kind of headstrong, they don't want to listen to anybody. Well, hell, he's good. He's not thinking Tennessee is going to be his last destination. And here you are down here, you try to tell a kid to don't do this and doing that. And he's like, man, I'm out of here. I don't have to listen to this anymore. I'm trying, my future lies in the NFL. And so the problem goes into sometimes coaches in college and even in high school. And I'll say this as a coach. Sometimes coaches want to rule over players. Sometimes they feel like they have players' careers in their hands. Put it that way. Okay. And sometimes it's a power move. Just be honest. It really is. And it sucks that some coaches are like that. And I think it's absolutely disgusting when coaches act that way. And what I've seen is sometimes one of these coaches, and it goes back not just for him, but the whole picture before kids are getting this NIL money, coaches could say whatever to a kid. Hey, man, you're out of here. You're going somewhere. I've seen you this place and that place. It is a power trip, Richie. Thank you. And that's what they would do. They would rule over him. Shoot. And you could see it. It was on Last Chance U and all these different places. That's crazy. And I'm sitting over just like, yo, this coach he's like somebody needs to punch his joke in the mouth. Really. Seriously. And they would get so into their head, they'd be the machismo. I'm the guy. I'm the dude. Well, no. Look, you're there to help a kid get to the NFL. You're there to win games, okay? Let them help you win games while they're in college so you can get paid. You've been getting paid all this money, okay? But then all of a sudden you feel like now you like the Don or something, and you can make a decision about what the kid's going to do with his life. And I absolutely hate it. And I hate coaches that feel that way about how they feel like they can do a kid in his career. So I'm saying this as somebody, like I said, who's lived that before, and as a coach, but also as a player. I get it. I do. The thing is, he gets to the NFL and it comes out and something happens. That's something totally different. Because then all of a sudden you mess with your money. So it's like, hey, man, look, you mess with your money now. So if you don't listen to coaches, these things don't happen. Guess what? Things change. So it is power trips, man. Power trips. It happens. We know this. Shoot. All walks of life.
I will say, though, it is a little different now than when you were playing in the respect that these guys are getting paid now, right? So, like, they're getting money. So we get a little glimpse into how they're going to be in the pros. Because when you played, you were playing for that next contract, right? These guys are already getting that taste of, like, that life, right? They're already getting millions, a lot of them. Right. They're getting paid than a lot more than some pros are getting paid already. So I just feel like when you hear character concerns about it now, why would someone change that much if he's already making money with a character concern? Right. Like whereas a guy who wasn't making money in college, you could be like, well, he's going to change because no contract. if he gets booted, or like he's not going to make that money eventually, right? So he needs that to get where he wants to be. Whereas some of these guys have already made $5-10 million. Not that it's like,
But why are we demanding the guy to change and maybe not the coach? Maybe the coach ain't a stand-up guy. Maybe the coach in itself isn't somebody that is as good of a person that you think he is. And I'm telling
I
you,
agree with I totally.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is ego trips. So he comes to the NFL and the guy in the NFL is like, look, man, look, all I want you to do is ball. That's it. That's all I want you to do. I ain't got no other demands for you other than stay out of trouble, come out here and ball. That's all. So I ain't trying to rule over your life. I ain't trying to do all these different things. You get into the NFL, you're a grown man. You got to take care of grown man things. If you don't take care of them, you're going to get cut. That's the way. Bottom line, pure and simple. So if James Pearce comes in and gets 15 sacks, keeps his nose clean, he ain't out here wilding around, like I said, beating people up. Hey, man, I ain't got no problem with you.
So at what point would you be scared of a play? I mean, because there are character concerns. There are some guys who are bad apples. There just are. I mean, guys get arrested many times. They don't ever see the field again. Like, it does happen. There are cautionary tales for a reason. That's why teams are scared. So when like a guy like James Pearce, just for an example, not even him, but like a player, let's say half the league takes a guy off their board. That doesn't scare you at all? Like half the NFL. We're not talking about Tennessee coaches. We're talking about guys that are people that are interviewing for a future job, right? If half the league after interviewing a guy says no thank you no matter what round it is, that doesn't scare you at all.
Nope, not at all. Because somebody could be saying, well, we're going to take him off the board the whole time. Like, I hope they don't take him. I hope we don't take him. Because he comes here, we're going to swoop him up. That's the game that's being played. So somebody said,
yes.
Have the Chiefs are taking him off the board. I don't believe it. He's still a first-round pick. I haven't seen him anything less than that. To be honest with you, I haven't seen.
Yeah, because someone will take that chance.
Absolutely. Well, why wouldn't they? Because then all of a sudden, when you're doing your homework, you start finding out actually some of these things that these character concerns wasn't such a big deal. Like I said, we ain't talking about somebody.
Sometimes it's not. Yeah.
Right. So sometimes people make it bigger than what it is. So that's why somebody's like, oh shoot, man, it's just maybe immaturity. Maybe somebody just not understanding what this dude's all about. Maybe he's a little upset because, he understands that the coach is kind of ratting him out, saying some different things. And this is coming from a player. This is coming from somebody, and I told you my story. Now, I'll tell my story on a whole different day. I know we ain't got time for it right now. But I know exactly how he feels, And I said, this is where I felt, man, I fell to the second round. Somebody, tried to say, derogatory things about me, and shoot, guess what? Took money out of my pocket. But in the end, I lasted longer than all the other tight ends that was taken before me. Those things didn't show up when I was playing. It didn't. Why? Because it wasn't who I was. No, nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. But hey, it all worked out.
I get it. It's a highly scrutinous environment and atmosphere. But even if a guy slips past where they're supposed to go, right? Like, let's say like the choir boy version of Pearce would go top 10. Even if he goes 26th, that's still a 16 pick drop. It's a big deal. He didn't drop off everyone's boards, but that is a slip, right? I mean, it's notable.
I mean, shoot, we've seen different guys slip for different reasons, and I think it's based off what the teams need, what they're looking for. And if some teams sitting there saying like Ezra has a better character than a James Pearce, we start looking at talent wise, let's take a better chance with Ezra as opposed to James Pearce. So be it.
Yeah,
I get that, right? Maybe the next 5 teams don't need a James Pearce, because they have somebody else that already fits the bill. So, for me, if I'm sitting in there and I'm a scout, I'd stand on the table and say, look, man, if we can't get this kid together and these concerns that they have is not that big of a deal as far as character issues and all these different things, then we need to go ahead and take his kid. And I'll give you an example. See, because what ends up happening, sometimes it don't even matter what you do. I remember just a few weeks ago, everybody was talking about Xavier Worthy, about his character. Oh my gosh, his character issues. We didn't see this in college and all this. Same thing about Rashid Rice. Oh my God, his character issues. We didn't see all these different things, stuff happen. And the reality is, these things all happen all in all walks of life. You know what I mean? That these things do happen. Now, I don't care what section of society you in. There's things that people hear and some things people don't hear. Some things people hear and they sweep it under the rug, right? Ben Roethlisberger was, you know, there's a lot of things this sucker did that swept it under the rug, okay? But, you know, he got paid. But I'm just saying that there's a lot of different things. Xavier Worthy, like I said, they were using him. Oh my God, characters, what? Xavier, all you heard was a good kid.
Yeah.
You know, but all of a sudden, everybody was demonizing this guy. They didn't even know the whole story, Tej.
Same thing with Rashid Rice.
Then you also have guys like Pickens who did have character concerns, and we kind of see that when we watch him play, right? We see that stuff come through the field.
Well, you see that kind of stuff on the field, but you don't see like character concerns like the off the field stuff he's getting suspended for. He's not getting suspended for anything. He's a loudmouth.
It's always about getting arrested, though. I don't know where that happened. Like, it's not about getting arrested. It's not about having a rap sheet. Character concerns are being coachable. It's not just about the law. It's about being coachable. It's about being easy. It's about being present. It's about being a good teammate. Character concerns are way bigger than like being arrested in the law, I think, in my opinion. It goes. I
got you. And I think character issues sometimes is subjective. I do. Because sometimes with character issues, some guys may not be character issues to others. And so when somebody say he's uncoachable, maybe your coaching sucks. Maybe you're a terrible coach. Maybe you can't get the best out of it because the way that you act. And I'm just telling you, it's because every coach that's out there coaching ain't always a good coach. That's the reality.
Yeah, but we know Tomlin is. So if you're having a hard time with Tomlin, probably you, not the Steelers coaching staff. Let's be honest.
Well, who you
I'm
talking
about Pickens in this? I'm talking about Pickens in this case. Like, it's, you know, if you had bad reports coming out of college, you're also fighting players and you know.
Well, I mean, but you're going. I mean, subject, you know, different individual by individual.
No, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it is legit. Sometimes it's unfair.
No, absolutely. I'm not. I told you about the one that Coach Ramil was talking about, Lawrence Phillips. All he wanted to do was try to save him. Right.
It's a great example.
Yeah, but Lawrence Phillips, I don't think. And we go into James Pearce. I haven't heard any concern like as far as like Lawrence Phillips and James Pearce being on the same level as some.
So he's not Lawrence Phillips level. I don't.
Right. You know, God rest his soul. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We don't know. We don't know how, you know, believable, how truthful these things really are. If his coach is sitting there saying like, "Nah, man, he's a good kid. He's all this." So somebody on the staff done said that, okay. But another coach is dispelling those rumors, right? So which is true?
I know.
Who you listening to?
That's why I would take him at 31, JD.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not shying away from that at all. I'm not. I think the right team helps too. Who's drafting him? And I think we have, especially on the D line, he's got guys to, you know, put him under the wing, right? He's got good influences. So I think we're a good team for that to happen. I mean, granted, bad things do happen to our players sometimes, but I think overall we have pretty good influence in the, especially on the D line. I think Jones is a guy that will keep you in line. But as far as Pearce the player, I mean, elite first step, twitchy, fast hands, really good at jumping snaps, really good speed to power. One of the quotes I read was what Randy Gregory was supposed to be coming out of school. As far as he can even drop into coverage because he's so athletic. He probably, talking about guys who help themselves at the combine a lot as far as workouts go. He's probably one of the winners at the combine with what he did. the not necessarily negatives, but tough gaining weight. He's got a very thin, wiry frame. So some scouts do question how much weight he can put on to be a full-time, like 3-down end. Might be better suited as a 3-4 outside linebacker because of that. So those are the big question marks with him as far as, his future in the NFL.
I'd like D-Mac on here saying that, man. D-Mac, good seeing you, brother. So hopefully Spags' edge rules can be bent a little to get Pearce destroying tackles off the edge. The thing is, he'll be in enough for one-on-ones with tackles to exploit it, D-Mac. He really will be. So once he lines up, it's like, hey, you beat him. That you got carte blanche to go ahead and destroy your guy, especially if you know it is strictly a passing situation. Go get it. Like that's what we're paying you to do. We're getting you here to go get the quarterback. So I think when you do this, especially when you get a guy like this, D-Mac, that's a good thing about Spags. Spags is going to utilize you. He's going to use what he got. He's going to use every sword, man. That joker he's like a ninja, Spags is. Katana, stars, nunchucks. He'll use it all. Little smoke bombs. I mean, Spags use what he needs to, man. And so, yeah, I think he would. I think he would. If not, then, I mean, he'll still be in position to, go get the quarterback, no doubt.
Yeah. We like you said, we haven't really had a dynamic pass rusher like this. And in Spags' time, let's just keep in the short term. In the Spags Chiefs era, we haven't had that. A guy like that. So, so that was a good conversation. Then also too, JD, I think you bring up a good point that like these GMs and NFL teams, they play games within a game. They're playing games by, telling these reporters saying, hey, he's off my list. He's off our draft board, hoping that, knowing that there is a history of character concerns about this guy. Let me say, he's off my list. Then you hear other GMs saying that, okay, good. Maybe that'll try to draw some of these guys, some of these teams off a guy, using anything they can to kind of, play with a guy's future while also maybe helping themselves out to get him maybe early second round pick or late first.
Oh, man. They once they start dropping in that poison and, the little tails. Oh, yeah, we ain't going to take him. Don't worry about him. Y'all can have him. Man, please fall to us, please. I hope that worked. I hope that worked.
I hear you, but why aren't you hearing this about everybody then? If that's the case,
what do you mean?
Why aren't you hearing character concerns about everyone if it's just a ploy to get someone to drop, right?
Well, because not everybody already has that kind of the stories
character concerns
about their character concerns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, but what JD and I were talking about the playing up of the character concerns.
Well, wait a minute, hold on. We've heard this on different other guys, right? Mike Green was one of them.
Well, Mike Green was, but Mike Green, you can't make it up. Mike Green was accused of sexual assault. I mean, like there's something there. They're not just saying like he's late to practice, therefore he's like a criminal. I mean, those are examples that have like merit to them.
Yeah, okay. So somebody saying something like that, Mike Green, because still of his talent, okay, they're sitting there saying you have been Mike Green he's not getting pushed to the second round. Mike Green is going to be taken by somebody in the first round. I guarantee top 15, right?
Yeah.
So even that is a character concern, okay? Even if he did it or not did it, regardless of whatever concern it is that people have, that's something you still have to measure and take into account. Like how you slice it. So whether true or untrue, or even if this is something that the guy did, right? Same thing, somebody might sit there and say, well, somebody got caught with DUI. Like I told you before, there's a lot of information that's being passed along by different people all the time that we just don't even know. We don't even know this. I'm just telling you. This coming out, who's ever saying this, if a coach is coming out here like, man, that's not true, well, who do you take? Who do you believe? See, like D-Mac said, the mystery character concern this time. Yeah, that's yeah. So okay,
that's why I laughed at the forgetting your shirt thing, because if you know all this chatters about your character and you're the guy to forget your shirt,
man,
it's just
come on, man. No, Taze, listen, this okay.
No one else forgot their shirt, JD. The one guy who has the worst character concerns in the draft forgot his shirt. Is that a coincidence?
That's what you
It's a
said.
coincidence.
You saying this. The one that has the worst character concerns, you are saying this. Okay.
Oh no, that's
right?
That's what I've read. He's got the most concerns out of anyone in the top of the draft. I mean,
who's saying this?
When
Who's saying
half the
that?
league,
half the league is saying this?
When half the league apparently is taking him off their draft board, yeah, I mean, you have one of the worst concerns, right? Undeniably uncoachable is a really bad quote.
But did the Tennessee coach? Didn't you say that Tennessee coach also came out and
yeah, one of the coaches said, yeah,
right.
That's true. Yes.
So somebody confirms somebody's denying it, then all of a sudden he's the most character concerns of somebody. So so the man forgets his shirt, right? I mean, he didn't come shirtless, so he had the hoodie on. He ran a what? A 4-4 what?
Well, I don't think you are allowed to run in without a shirt. I think you have to have something on.
Right. So he still had his hoodie, right? He comes in with his hoodie.
Yeah, he came with something on. Yeah.
So what I said is this is the most stressful time. Like you don't even have sleep. The time that you sit over trying to figure out to come and go, all these different things. It is so brand new, the whole process. Okay. And I'm telling you this because I've gone through it. All right. I've gone through talking to the teams, waking up every morning, 5:30, talking like it's a all day thing. Like you think you overslept. You think that, oh my gosh, am I late? I mean, it's nerve wracking. It's nerve wracking. And so somebody's like, he forgot his shirt. Okay. Did the man run? He did. He ran a 40? He did. What did he run? 4.42, whatever he ran. He ran a 4.4 something.
4.47.
Yeah.
He ran a 4.47.
He was like Wesley Snipes from Major League, waking up in the parking lot and meeting everybody down that sideline.
Hey, I would have said, hey, he could have ran without a shirt. I'd give a damn. He ran a 4.47. It don't even matter. He could have forgot his shirt and his shoes. I could give a damn.
I get he performed.
That's what I'm asking to do. Taze, I'm asking that man I'm paying you to perform, baby. That's it. I want to see a 4.47. You come off an edge to get 12 to 15 sacks. That's it. Look, guess what? Hey, when you come to the stadium, you don't have to worry about a shirt or nothing. It's all going to be in your locker. Your shoes, your helmet, your shoulder pads. You don't have to worry about keeping nothing at home. Okay? It's all going to be there for you. So you can come to the stadium naked. I could care less. You get on the field, I want to see a 4.47. That's it. That's all. Bottom line. Pure and simple. Our coach, he forgot his shirt. Okay, give him mine. He can have mine then.
Yeah, I think it's just perception. That's all.
It is.
That optics.
Look, some people get hung up on those things more than others. And I've told you, I've lived it. I'm telling you, and I'm telling these stories do come out all the time. He say these different things all the time. All we want a guy to come do is come and perform. You see how he's looking right there? You see that? I want him looking like that on Sunday. That's it. Okay? Helmet, shoulder pads, and our jersey. Come get the quarterback. That's it.
There you go. So a complete discussion about the shirt gate here. So if you buy that, I mean, that's the thing. That's the point we're kind of talking about here is, some stuff there is being said negatively about the guys coaching. He's too tough to coach. And as the same token, you're hearing coaches actually say, no, that's not the case at all. So, just take it however you hear. You can't confirm or deny. We'll have to see. Some teams gonna take a chance on them, and we'll see if those concerns play out.
Yeah, someone's gonna take a chance. Other teams are gonna be like, let someone else be right about it.
And I think the team, J kind of alluded to it, the leadership aspect, what locker room you're going to. A team like the Carolina Panthers, I don't think can take a chance on a guy like that. A young up and coming team, but a team like the Chiefs, who have the veterans in the locker room, who are going to the AFC Championship games every year, they can do that. So
you got the culture, you got everything around your environment. You got a great coach that can establish what it is that you want from a young player. I think what Justin the Way says, and he makes a great point right here. Coaches should be held responsible for the things that they say. They say it, put your name on it. Absolutely. I agree with that 1,000%. 1,000%. And so sometimes he's cowards get out here, some of these coaches. Oh, yeah, he might want to watch him. Huh? Really, coach? Because I just talked to your other coach over here that actually coaches him. And all he's done is give him high praise. So what's the real story? Who's telling the truth? So,
yeah,
put
your name on it. Put your name on it. It was a t-shirt hoodie, by the way. It was a t-shirt hoodie. So it's not. It wasn't a full-on hoodie, but
it's not. It's guys. It's not about the hoodie. He could have had.
I get it. You're saying that he already had concerns.
It's not good optics.
Don't add to it. I get it.
If the person I'm interviewing with for a job says, "Don't be late," I've heard you have a problem being late to things, and I come 20 minutes late, and I'm like, "Yeah, but I have a ticket saying a cop pulled me. It doesn't matter. Like I'm late. Like it's bad optics." And I know that when I show up, I'm probably in deep shit for showing up late after they were told I'm a guy who comes late a lot. It just doesn't look good on my behalf.
And he might be drafted later than his spot before that.
It could work out good for some contenders. I'll tell you that.
The thing is, you could take something like that, man, and then you could apply it to anything. He can breathe wrong. It's like, oh, here's the character issues. He could be like, oh, get mad. It's like, oh, here's the character issues comes out. And so what happens is you put this in somebody's mind, everything looked at is a character issue.
Yeah, well, one of the stories was he didn't quell those character issues when interviewing with NFL teams. So like they were going into it thinking, let's see what kind of attitude this guy has, and they walked away going, yeah, no. I see.
What team said that?
Anonymous.
That's my point.
Yeah, no team's gonna come out and say they said that, Teja. That's gonna be an anonymous report.
Ridiculous, man.
I mean, Chiefs are the ones that held it against Keon Coleman for eating candy on the table. So we're one of those teams that is pretty nitpicky, I think. So we might be one of those teams, actually.
That came out after the draft, correct?
No, I understand that, but like we're one of those teams who does that. So I mean, I guess they
said they didn't draft him because he ate candy on the table.
That's what Keon Coleman said. They criticized him afterwards for grabbing the candy that was on the table.
Keon said that.
He
said they what did they say exactly? This is the first time I'm hearing this. So
he said, I just more or less they criticized him for eating the candy that was on the table. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's truly ridiculous. And he didn't say it was the Chiefs, but I forgot the exact thing he said to allude. People thought it was the Chiefs based on what he said. I forgot what he's like, our number one foe or something like that, or our the big bad team or something like that. It was something he said to everyone. Everyone was like, "Oh, he means Kansas City," but he didn't actually say it was Kansas City. Okay. Regardless, it was a team. Let's just say that. If the Chiefs are not, someone said that.
They were.
How come they didn't take you? They said I ate the candy that was out there on the table. Hell, I didn't know it was out there for everybody. I know I couldn't get a piece. Jeez. I don't know, man.
It was a fruit snack.
Fruit snack. Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the tweets I'm reading on here is Chiefs didn't draft Keon Coleman over some fruit snacks.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.